What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to some Dungeon Defenders 2. After a nice half-a-week-long grind, and with some help from some friends, a special thank you to Omni Show, Shelly Lynn, and Skylie for helping me complete this list here. But I did manage to find all of the new and or returning weapons that drop in the newest update. Now, these weapons are going to drop in various tiers. There's 3 different tiers. There's a Tier 1, a Tier 2, and a Tier 3 grouping. These are all going to come from a gift from Mana Node. Now, Mana Node's gifts are only going to drop in Onslaught. They will not drop from mobs. They're either a reward for completing the map, or they have a chance of dropping from the victory chest in Onslaught mode. Starting at floor number 1 and going from floor 1 to floor 29, you have a chance of getting the regular Mana Node's gift. As you see here, Mana Node's gift has a chance of dropping from victory chest between floor 1 and floor 29. However, just like the prestige weapons, you're guaranteed a Mana Node's gift on floor 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25. Now, just like the prestige weapons as well, you can't say get your gift at floor 10 and then go out and replay floor 10. You won't get another gift. The only way to trigger these automatic gifts again is by doing an Ancient Power reset, and then of course you can go through and collect all of these guaranteed rewards each time. Now, it's been said that the higher you go in Onslaught, the greater the chance of getting these rewards. We're not really sure exactly how that works or if there's a cap. It's similar with like Chaos 8 amps, however, Chaos 8 amps will cap out at floor 83. We don't know on these gifts exactly where the chance caps out. I'm getting quite a few of them, besides the guaranteed gifts. So there are quite a few of them out there. They're definitely more common than, say, getting Defender packs in Onslaught. And I've had quite a few where I got double, where I got the guaranteed gift for a floor, and I got another gift from the victory chest itself. So you will stack these items up pretty quick. As you see, I've got quite a few spares, and even started filling up my shop with spares as well, as they are pretty abundant. They're going to be thrown at you, and it's not super rare to get these at all. Now, before I go through these, another important thing that should be said is none of these are exceptionally special in any way. There are some that have some really fun shot types. However, none of these weapons are going to be a required item, and they're certainly not best in slot in regards to overall damage per second that you can put out on a hero. So if you're looking for just raw damage, none of these weapons are going to be the best you can use. However, there's some exceptions that make some of these weapons so fun with their special shot types that, I mean, who wouldn't want to use them, to be honest? Now, starting off in the very first tier, the Mana Node's gift bucket. We've got the Blue Raspberry Sword, the Honeycomber Sword, the Spider's Fang Bow. Now, as far as both of these swords go, as far as I can tell, they only drop in light swing speed. However, I haven't gotten enough to really say if there's going to be anything any heavier out there. The Spider's Fang has the generic shot types, so it can roll any of those. The pentas, the triples, the scatters. It'll all be on there on the Spider's Fang, so you can get all of the standard shot types, making this weapon just basically a weapon reskin. Now we've got the notepad for the Abyss Lord. Then we've got the dictionary for the Abyss Lord as well. The golden gargoyle for the monk. Now, I'm not certain on this one. I think these might drop medium as well. However, all I have found is light. If you found a medium or heavy golden gargoyle, let us know down in the comments below. And then we've got the plumber. The plumber, I found an absolute ton of these weapons. Every one of them was in a light, making me assume that it would be a light swing speed. Moving on to the Mauled Cleaver. Now, the Mauled Cleaver is one of the old weapons that's returning to the game. They used to drop in the old version of Onslaught back several years ago, and now this weapon has made a return. Sadly, it's just got a generic shot type on it, because it is a really cool looking weapon, to be honest with you. and I would love to use this thing just based off of the looks of it. However, generic shot type, so it's all based on what shot you get, and if it's a shot type that you like. There's no real benefit to using this bow over any of the other ones, but it does look pretty darn cool. Now we've got the Impaling Cutter. There's quite a few of these that have floated around on the market. However, the Impaling Cutter is back. It's going to drop in that Tier 1 Mana Nodes gift. And then we've got the Shard Ripper. The Shard Ripper is a new bow that added in. It looks like it can have any of the standard shot types. I'm not positive on that one yet, as I haven't seen an abundance of these. This is another one that looks really pretty cool. However, doesn't really seem like there's anything special about the shot type. Definitely a cool looking bow there for sure. And then that is the 10 available weapons that can drop in the first tier. Now, these are all going to come out of the Mana Nodes gift. These will drop between floor 1 and floor 29, with the guarantees at floor 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25. Now, moving right along to the Tier 2 gifts. The Tier 2 gifts are going to come in the form of Mana Nodes Amazing Gift. Mana Nodes Amazing Gift, you're guaranteed to get one on floor 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, and 55, and then has a chance to be in any victory chest between floors 30 and floor 59. Taking a look through these are quite a few returning weapons with some new ones as well. We've got the Harbinger's Punch for the Monk or Initiate. Now, this was one of the original Harbinger's weapons. There's been quite a few of these floating around in the shops as well. However, the Harbinger's Punch is back, and it will drop in the Tier 2 or Mana Nodes Amazing Gift. If I found one of these with hero health on it instead of ability power, you see I got a heavy one, 4 per second, 5 spread. However, it's got ability power and not health, making it pretty much unusable for my Nuke Monk build. However, it does look really cool. There's no doubt about that. That is the Harbinger's Fist. Now moving right along to another Harbinger weapon, we got the Harbinger's Watch. The Harbinger's Watch is going to be a staff for the Apprentice or Adept. It is a generic shot type again, so it will drop with any of the default shot types. And this one is definitely not one of my favorites as far as appearance. However, I do know that some people like this one. This is a quick look at what this guy here looks like. Not a terrible looking weapon for sure. However, certainly not one of my favorites with all of the really exceptional looking staffs that drop throughout the game. And then next up we got the Featherweight. This is a shield for the Squire. Enough said. It's the Featherweight, so it's a big old pillow. So you got a big old pillow shield for the Squire, and you know, there's actually a real nice Squire costume you could set up out of that whole operation. Moving right along to the Harbinger's Fist. The Harbinger's Fist is going to drop with any of the shot types. This is another one of the old Harbinger's weapons that is making a return back to the game. This is another one that I'm not overly excited about the way it looks. It's not a terrible looking bow. However, it's big, which is kind of cool. But it's not the bow that I would probably pick first based off of the appearance of it. And then next we've got the Candy Crusher. It's another light swing speed sword. It can be used by the Squire, Dryad, or the Barbarian, of course. And then we've got the Kobold Cleanser, which is another old Onslaught item that is returning to the game. This is another one that does look pretty cool. If you find one that's heavy, 4 shots per second, 5 projectiles with hero health, that would be a definite usable item for your monk. And just looks nice. This is what this particular one looks like, and I believe that's got fire damage on it. Yeah, it's got a fire chip on it, which is giving it that fiery look. Normally, it wouldn't have that fire glow to it, but definitely a cool looking polearm, and would have no complaints with using one of those. Then we've got the Dream Protector. I haven't been going through the swords because they do look relatively similar, and they're all kind of small, to be honest with you. This is the Dream Protector here. It's a little shorty sword. Some might like it. It's got that light swing speed on it. And then we've got the Harbinger's Void Reaver. This is a big, heavy sword. Once again, hence the name. It is from the Harbinger. This is a heavy sword. I think it can drop medium as well. I'm not 100% positive on that. Once again, let me know in the comments below if you find a medium one. A lot of people used to love the look of this sword, and it does look cool. It is a behemoth, there's no doubt about it. And then moving right along to the Chilling Touch. This is another returning weapon. This used to be the weapon way back in the day that we had to use when passives were a thing, and it does have a special shot type. So as you see, the shot type on this one is Diamond Shot. Definitely a cool looking weapon for sure. Hero damage apprentices and adepts are not extremely popular. However, if you're going to play one and you had a 4 per second version of this weapon, you'd have fun with it. There's no doubt about it. Then we got the Summoner's Grasp, which is the old Onslaught weapon that used to drop way back in the day. It is back. One of the coolest things about this is it shoots books. Gotta love it. It's a book shooter. So same thing there. You're just not going to find a whole lot of hero damage apprentices where it actually matters. But in my opinion, that one is pretty cool looking for sure. And then we got the Jolly Farmer, yet another light swing speed sword. So I'll pop this one on here just to give you a look at it. The reason I haven't gone through the swords is they all do look really similar. They're just tiny little swords. Kind of a fat blade on this one here, but that light swing speed. And then all of those items, once again, are going to come from the Tier 2 gift, which is Mana Node's Amazing Gift. Now moving right along to the Tier 3. Now there's something special about the Tier 3 gifts. First off, these are the Mana Node's special gift. They're going to have a chance of dropping from any victory chest floor 60 and higher with a guaranteed chest guaranteed gift starting at floor 65 and going every 10 floors. So floor 65, 75, 85, 95, and so on, you will get a gift every time you do those floors for the first time. And then you have the additional chance to get them. Now, what's special about this gift is it contains another gift. So the Tier 3 special gift can contain a Mana Node's gift or a Mana Node's Amazing Gift. Now, what this does for you is it gives you the ability to keep climbing in Onslaught if that's what you want to do, and still collect all of the lower tier weapons. So Mana Node's special gift will include another gift. It could be either of the 3 tiers, and this allows you to farm all of the weapons once you get past floor 65. Now we've got quite a few returning weapons here as well, starting off with the Sword of Unholy Fire. This one was a favorite for a lot of folks for a long time. This was actually the sword that originated where the Fire Squire came from, and this was a sword that dropped in Unholy Catacombs. It is a cool looking sword, there is no doubt about that. One glaring issue with the sword, it has a poison chip locked to it. You'd think this one would have a fire chip locked to it. It doesn't, it has a poison chip locked to it. So you lose 1 mod slot for using this sword. It does roll in medium and heavy, and I believe it might even roll in light as well. Moving on to the Dragon's Gaze. The Dragon's Gaze is a new bow that gets added in, and it's pretty cool looking, I'll be honest. It kind of gives me the feel of Dread from Warframe. I don't know, it just reminds me of that bow for some reason. Probably just the red highlights on it, but definitely a cool looking bow. No doubt about that. That one is going to drop from the Mana Node special gift, or gift number 3. Now this next one is without a doubt my favorite sword of all of them. It's the Slice and Shot. This is the Gunblade that was promised for really a long time, and it's not a ranged weapon, but it does have that gun barrel on it, and it looks really, really cool. Now this is a big, heavy sword. It's got a huge cleave area on it, and definitely if I was to play Squire, I would probably use this sword because I just think this thing looks just really, really cool. So that is a look at the Slice and Shot coming from Mana Node's special gift, the Tier 3 gift. Now moving right along even further, we've got the Phantom Phoenix. Oops, I just missed confused my Phantom Phoenixes. Or no, I didn't. That one's 2 per second as well. Oh, there we go. I wanted to keep this 4 per second one and ditch the 2 per second one. So I'll just swap those around real quick here. Now, the Phantom Phoenix does have a unique shot type on it, which makes it cool. Another thing about this one is it does home in on enemies. So as you see the shot kind of homing in as it goes through the air, this is kind of the lame version of the original awesome homing bow, the Falcon shot, which never returned, and sadly it wasn't part of this one either. Definitely a cool bow to use though, without a doubt, and it's back in the game, so you can collect that easily from Mananode's special gift in floors 60 and higher. Now the Jurassic Revenge Shield. This is a good looking shield. This is another one of the old Onslaught weapons making a return. This shield just looks good. Not only does it look good, it looks really good when you combine it with that Galactic Squire skin. I think that's what I actually already had plugged in. Let's take a look here. Yeah, that Galactic the Galactic Squire skin just looks so cool with this shield. This is one of the old Onslaught shields, finally making a return back. Tier 3, once again, Mananode's special gift, so easily collectible there. Now, next up we have the Staff of Thrones. The Staff of Thrones is kind of a generic shot type staff, however it does look nice, and I think really the Staff of Thrones is what inspired like the Black Magic staff. Now, you can look at it and see for yourself. It's a cool looking staff, no doubt about it. No special shot type, which is a bit unfortunate, but super cool looking staff without a doubt. And next up we've got the Flaring Glaive. The Flaring Glaive can drop in light and medium. I don't believe it can drop heavy. Once again, let me know in the comments if you have seen a heavy one. As a nuke monk, you're always going to want a heavy weapon, of course. However, a medium is a nice alternative, and it's got a lot of glow to it. So you see it's got that fire animation. This particular item has a fire chip locked to it, which, you know, obviously with the name Flaring Glaive, that kind of makes sense. But yep, fire chip is locked to that one. Next up, we got the Toxic Shock. Now, the Toxic Shock has a poison chip locked to it. However, in my opinion, this is the coolest looking one. There's no doubt. Now, you do lose that mod slot unless you're interested in having the poison chip on it. It makes sense. It goes with the theme of the bow. This is the bow I actually always use on my Builder Huntress just because it goes really well with a lot of different skins, and this is one of my favorite setups to use on her right here. So the Toxic Shock also has a special shot type. It is the Dart Shot. Now, the Dart Shot is 6 projectiles, can go up to 4 per second, and you're definitely going to want to look for a 4 per second version of this bow. Now, moving on along to another new item, Zeddy the Teddy. This is a shield, so we've got another shield that's going to go with that Squire skin. This one is a big old teddy bear. Zeddy the Teddy is one of the newest shields for the Squire. And then last but not least, we have the Dark Ritual Blade. The Dark Ritual Blade is a legendary dagger for the Mystic, and this is another returning item to the game. As you see, it does roll heavy, which is important if you want to play a melee Mystic. Get that heavy weapon in. The Dark Ritual Blade is definitely a choice for you. We all know my favorite. I'm a big fan of that Shadow Flame knife, so I don't use the Dark Ritual Blade. However, this Dark Ritual Blade does look cool. Give you a quick look at that one. Now, the daggers, of course, are a lot smaller, so they don't have the same, the same pizzazz as the larger weapons. However, that is definitely a cool-looking dagger. It's got that nice animated glow right around it. And that is it. So they told us there was going to be 30 weapons. There is actually 31 weapons. We've got 10 weapons from the Tier 1 Mananode's Gift. We get 11 possible weapons from the Tier 2 Mananode's Amazing Gift. And then 10 possible weapons from the Tier 3 Mananode's Special Gift. So if you have any questions or comments about these weapons, make sure you let me know down below, and I'll do my best to get any questions answered. However, that was quite the grind, but that is all of the new weapons or returning weapons that are back in the game as of the latest update. So thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to click that like button and please subscribe, and I will be back soon with more Dungeon Defenders 2. Thanks again. I'll see ya.